Bitcoin is becoming an index for de-dollarization and institutional migration. My name is OP. I'm a prop trader from Hashedge, and I'm here every day to give you daily market analysis of the cryptocurrency market and the whole fundamental news of everything happening in this space. We start this bullish narrative and this bullish video first giving you an overview of the cryptocurrency market, and we just go straight to crypto bubbles. You can see on the daily we have Pengu up 15.4%, virtual still been up for the weekly, still 7.4%, Flare token up, Tau up, Trump up, those are the few. Sonic 3.4% up. We look at it also from the weekly, and you can see on the weekly virtual has been doing the best out of all tokens. So that's showing us a bullish change and direction of AI tokens overview. And pretty much when you look at it from the overview of what is going on, there's a lot of AI and meme coins that I've been pointing out over the past 1 week. So this is giving us confirmation of where the market trend and where a lot of retail and institutional buyers are looking into the market. We just jump straight into fundamental charts, and you can see what Goldman Sachs is saying. I'll just leave it to them. Just listen to what they have to say. Everything is bullish. Just listen.
Goldman Sachs is ramping up its push into digital assets, the firm expanding trading activity, exploring crypto lending and betting big on tokenization, particularly for treasuries and money market funds, amid a pro-crypto shift under President Trump. I spoke to Goldman's head of digital assets on stage at the Token 2049 conference in Dubai to break down where the bank is placing its bets.
We're also looking at other innovations in terms of product offering as clients become more and more active. And I think that's one of the key things we've seen, just the breadth of clients now eager to get more actively involved in trading the asset class. We're also focused on lending as well. That's something hopefully subject to a variety of different approvals we're looking to build out in the not too distant future as well. So we're very active in that space, secondaries with private equity, etc. The second part of the business is really driven around tokenization and the use of collateral mobility. And I think from a traditional financial perspective, this is one of the biggest opportunities we see. So if you think you've got Donald Trump talking about the crypto capital of the world being the US, what does that fundamentally mean? It means you're probably going to need a 24/7 marketplace. And so as people start to trade beyond the normal market hours, this ability to tokenize treasuries, money market funds, and other asset classes becomes very key as you want to optimize your margin allocation. And then there's just a lot more utility in and around that. So tokenization has been a big focus for us. So as we think about our projects, one of which is in that space, really thinking about utility for institutional use as it just starts to really scale, creates liquidity.
Institutions are here. Goldman Sachs is here. Bankers are here. I went to the conference myself. Token 2049 was filled with institutional companies, institutions, government entities, a lot of exchanges, stablecoin usage, and all of them were just bullish because all of them are here. You see also a lot of them have released their bullish predictions, and this is just giving us a summary of all predictions as of date. And you can see we have predictions from up from 120,000 up until 700,000, which was BlackRock, Larry Fink, and 100 at the lowest is 10x research that is targeting 122,000 2025 targets. So we are still early, guys. We just have we just at the 90 something range, and we have targets of all of this. We even go in the middle, 120 to 700,000. The middle will be way ahead, but it shows there's a lot of bullish sentiment in this market, and there's a lot of trade to be made within that range. You also see that the first publicly traded Bitcoin financial service company, Fold, rang the bell at the USO at the opening bell for the NYSE in New York, and this is all bullish. This is all bullish. This is happening. This is happening. A lot of people have been talking about this, but a lot of people have been in disbelief, saying, oh, we are scams, but we are here. We show up every day. We take advantage. We are being consistent. We're here early, and there's still trades to be made on this. All this is just giving us a bullish narrative of where the market is going, where price action might be going, and there's trade to be made. Now, we also see Senator Cynthia Lummis also saying President Trump supports a strategic Bitcoin reserve bill to buy 1 million Bitcoin. for American reserve. This is bullish, guys. Like we have seen Arizona, we reported North Carolina yesterday too. We are seeing a lot of countries. We know about Pakistan putting CZ, I believe, as an advisor, El Salvador, and all these other companies. Everybody's bullish. Institutions are here. This is an institutional grade asset we are talking about. We are no longer talking about Bitcoin is no longer perceived or seen as something to throw around, something to play with, something like, oh, the crypto boys are just doing. It's something institutions are looking at too. They are involved. Now, this asset is going to change, and this whole space is going to change for the better. They're straight here. Everything I'm just seeing is just bullish. I'm seeing dollar signs. I'm seeing Ferrari. Everything is bullish, bullish, bullish.
Particularly pleased with President Trump's support of my strategic Bitcoin reserve initiative, which will address our national debt while securing America's position as the global leader in financial innovation. As Bitcoin comes into more usage, its use makes the whole system more secure, more robust, and more capable of serving our needs all over the world. We should be the global leader with this fantastic new ledger-based asset.
The main thing is when America gets in, other countries will get in line, and this will just skyrocket the price because we know there's only 21 million of supply Bitcoin that will ever be in existence. Guys, we need to accumulate. We need to take the trade. We need to make money. Just moving along with SUI. SUI is just doing a lot more. The SUI base camp ended yesterday, and they dropped bombshell on Web3 gaming. They did a partnership with that I've been talking about with Pokémon. They did another one with SUI Play from Misting Lab, and it's literally like Nintendo Switch.
So this is the SUI Play, long anticipated SUI Play from SUI Misting Labs, and what's particularly interesting about this.
The video is not really good, but it's just showing us the game is holding it in the video. That's Kawasaki, an influencer, and this is just bullish for SUI. Then we just move ahead with Google rolling out ZKs, which is zero knowledge proofs in wallets, and like apps on Google Play will be able to use a wallet that is tied. The back end is tied in cryptocurrency, within the cryptocurrency and within the rails, the blockchain rails. And at the end of the day, most users at the front end won't understand or won't even know that they are using anything that has to do with crypto or it has blockchain rails. But we know that we at the back end, that we are here in this space, we know that everything will be built on crypto. So let's just jump right into the chart to see what the chart is telling us and what all these sentiments and all these bullish narratives that I've stated, what it is telling us in the charts. So what is it telling us in the charts? Unfortunately, nothing to write home about. Still boring as usual, like from yesterday. And but we are seeing, if we zoom out and look at it from a bigger view, from a macro perspective, we can see we are structurally bullish. We are still climbing. We have climbed up, and we appear to be doing a higher high. Although I doubt this bullish attempt, and for me, I would be much more comfortable for us to go back to 88,000, 90,000 for us to reclaim that support. And after we reclaim that support, that is going to give me bullish confirmation that we are going further upside. Or else, I don't really believe this pump, and I just think is a dead cat bounce. And you look at the RSI, it's also pointing down, so there's a bullish divergence actually playing out in this chart. So this, which gives me less confidence and less probable that it's going to go up further. It can pump, of course, but that would eliminate my doubt in that. So that would just eliminate it, because we have to know as traders what we do is probabilities. What are the probabilities that it's going to go up or it's going to go down? Or it's going to go up or going to go down. So right now, my probability levels for it going further up is less than my percentage in probability that it's going to go down. So this is what I'm looking at for the Bitcoin chart. We take a look at Ethereum, which has been pretty much dead all all this bull market, and for a long time since this whole year it has actually been trending downwards, but we see like we have broken the trend line, and we look to be reclaiming when we look for support. So I'll be looking for a support around 1600 or 1700, and once we reclaim that support, it will give me confirmation that we are going back to the upside. Looking at the RSI on Ethereum, we look down. Looking at the volume, we look where we are going down also. So Ethereum looks like it still has further downside to go. Like I said, I'm looking for a support at 1700 on Ethereum. Looking at SUI that I've already mentioned, the game, all the narratives going on for SUI, the SUI play, the Pokémon collaboration, a lot of things, bullish sentiment that I was just hearing. I just saw a lot of devs working hard at the SUI base camp. So that just gave me much more bullish confirmation on SUI ecosystem and SUI as a layer one. That is very, very bullish. I really, really believe SUI has a lot more going for it, and I still see this going further upside in the long term. Looking at the chart, on the daily chart, you can see we are still above my trend line, and we seem to be inching into this this box range that I've drawn below. RSI looks to be pointing downward, so we expect further move to downward, which is what I've been expecting and anticipating. So as this chart, I'll be looking for a further confirmation up until $2.09, and once we get that confirmation, that gives me further confidence and probability that we are going to, once we reclaim that support, that we are going to go back up for a bullish upside. Looking at the volume, we look at it that it's also declining. There's no much volume. Granted, of course, we know that this is the weekend. There's less volatility. People are out of the market. People are relaxing, touching grass, as we should do, we should, and not stick to the screen all the time, because we don't want to always make wrong trades, and we don't want to be forced into a trade. You want to let the market price action come to you, and let the charts tell you what to do. Looking at the fear and greed index, we see we are still at greed, which is at 65, which was better than yesterday, which was at 67. So not so much a decrease in the greed levels. So this is what the chart is telling us. We remain structurally bullish in Bitcoin. We are looking for further, like I said, just to reiterate, we are looking for further downsides at 88,000 to 90,000, 91,000. That will give us a confirmation. Once we reclaim that support and we confirm that will give us further confirmation that we are going to go upward, and we test it and we reclaim it and we don't break it, then that is continuation of the bull trend. So this is my analysis for the market. Have a nice weekend. See you tomorrow. Bye.